5 lunchbox makeovers for back to school. You are not going to believe this startling statistic from the New England Journal of Medicine. If we don't do something soon, 50% of our kids will be obese by the year 2030. And currently, 20% of our kids are already in that boat. So we are doing something about it here on Your Day with Anna Koyman. We've got Dr. Anna Maria Temple here for Eat This, Not That. How are you?
Great, it's so great to be here.
Well, we talked earlier about how these chronic diseases that we're dying from as adults actually start in childhood. So how important is it to get these kids eating healthy early?
We need to begin our healthy habits now. A lot of people are like, oh, it's kids, it's just fun, but kids are fun. I'm like, right, but they're gonna end up sick teenagers and sick adults. The rates of childhood chronic diseases are 1 in 2.
Wow.
50% of our children have a chronic disease, so we gotta start with our nutrition and our food right now.
Okay, so these 5 healthy swaps, we'll dive right in. Of course, you know, I think most of us know we probably shouldn't be giving Coca-Cola to our little ones as they're heading back to school this fall. But, you know, sports drinks, we think, oh, well, little Johnny's playing soccer, or, I mean, this is just juice for crying out loud. This is just orange juice, but look at all of this sugar. It's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling, and what happens is that the children are taking these things to school, and then the teachers are complaining and concerned about their attention and hyperactivity and impulsivity, and then all these diagnoses of ADHD, and a lot of it stems from way too much sugar to the system.
My goodness. It's also hard when the marketing is for kids. I mean, these are little cute Sesame Street characters on the front, and look how, you know, and I will say, I have 2 little ones. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we try to eat very healthy in our house, but I always have juice boxes in the trunk for emergencies, and so my kids don't kick each other and whatever in the car. But how do I get my kids off of eating and drinking juice boxes and asking for them all the time?
So one option is when to stop buying them. What I usually tell parents of 3 and 5-year-olds is the children don't have a driver's license and they don't have money, so they can't go to the store. I'm like, it's a short chain supply, whatever that's called. I'm a foreigner, but they've ran out of juice at the store.
Right.
We've ran out of money for juice.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter. And for the children, when my children went through this transition, I started with a juice box every other day, then it was once a week, then it was once a month, and then I just stopped buying it all together. And over the next couple of months, they simply just stopped asking about it.
So they eventually stop asking if we stop buying them.
Correct.
That's a good tip.
But if they know you buy it and they know it's in the house, they'll continue whining, complaining until you give in.
Yes, how funny. Well, sometimes when my kids want things that I just personally want to eat and I don't want to share, I tell them it's spicy. So I guess that's another option as well.
Great point.
Okay, let's talk about swapping ice cream and dairy desserts for fruit. Why do we want to do that?
So in school, having a lot of lunch cafeterias have ice cream for our children and cookies for them to buy at lunch so they can go back to the classroom and drive the teacher nuts. Right? So instead we want something sweet, but let's do some natural sugar. Mother Nature has provided us with amazing, delicious taste in our apples, in our grapes, different kind of grapes. We have strawberries, we have cherries. For people on a limited budget, buy in season, and that will save you so much money.
Yeah, and if you're having fruit in the morning at home, you can buy frozen, and that's even less expensive too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, next up, instead of grain desserts like cookies and granola bars, we have some yummy protein balls. What do you put in these?
So these are made out of 4 simple ingredients, and they're nut butter, and for children that have a nut allergy, do sun butter.
Okay.
We do oats, maple syrup, and chocolate chips. And you can get allergen-free chocolate chips if need be.
Yes.
I feel so many parents are like, I need to put a treat in their lunchbox. And what I say, if you have a treat every day, that's just part of your diet. It's not a treat. So let's avoid the processed foods with tons of sugar and preservatives and make some natural protein balls that it literally took me 5 minutes to make them before coming here today.
We just have to culturally make that mindset shift for all of us, don't we? I recently moved from Australia about a year ago, I guess, and pretty much every single cafe has these protein balls, and it's just like, rather than having the monster cookies like we have.
Yes, and you know, when you have protein balls, protein is amazing for the brain, and it helps with memory, focus, concentration.
There you go, and keeps you full and satisfied, so you don't go, Mom, give me a snack, give me a snack, give me a snack. Okay, next up, very often we have mystery meat in our school cafeterias, or even if we get Lunchable.
Oh, Lunchables, oh.
So how about a homemade Lunchable?
Yeah, so all the kids, they just want to put something together. They want to be fun in the lunch boxes, but parents are exhausted and tired and they don't want to make it super complicated. So when I make a Lunchable for my children, okay, they're 22, but when they were younger, I did. And so I did some crackers, I did some pepperoni, I added some nice organic tomato sauce, and these little mozzarella balls, oh my God, they're the cutest thing ever. I have them here because they're from Trader Joe's. They're just so cute. And so all the kids want to do is they want to do a little DIY, have fun with their kids, and with their kids. They want to have fun with their friends at school.
Right.
Eat protein and foods that are low in sugar, low in food coloring, and preservatives, again, for better brain function at school.
Right, and it doesn't get all soggy, and it's fun to assemble and all that. I think adults could do. I want to do that myself.
Well, so I can tell you, my daughter is home for just to work at the house for the next 2 weeks, and this morning her lunchbox for work literally looked like this, because I've done this since they were itty bitty.
Yeah, because she's learning from the best, I guess. How about chocolate milk? You've got a healthy swap for that as well.
Chocolate milk, again, do we need chocolatey things in our lunchbox? No, but for people that must have chocolate milk, you can change out to the almond milk chocolate milk. It has less sugar, less ingredients. Really, my favorite is to just stick with water, and a simple trick for children is you get the diffusing water bottles.
Yes.
And infusing water bottles. And you have little baskets, and you open the bottle, you take the basket out, you have the kids put strawberries, basil, maybe cucumber slices,
whatever their
mint,
favorite thing is.
and then have them make a concoction. Put the basket in, close it, leave it in the fridge overnight. Now it's infused the water all night long. So in the morning we have healthy water without added sugar.
And then when they go to school, do you leave the fruit in there, in the infused ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. They're setting an example for their kids too. Other students that are probably going to be asking questions in the cafeteria around the lunch table.
Yeah,
So-
and what all kids want to do, they want to be involved, they want to partake in it, they want to have a voice, they want to be seen and heard, and when you involve them in the processing and creating of the lunches, they're more likely to eat it and less likely to fight back.
Well, I can see why your kids are so healthy and why you have such a great following on Instagram as well. Tell us about your book before we go.
So the book is Healthy Kids in an Unhealthy World, and I give you all these healthy swaps. I tell you what to look for in the products that you buy for your family. I give you alternatives, because knowing and doing are two different things.
Yes.
And what my parents want to know is like, that's awesome, not eat this, but seriously, what should we get instead?
Yeah, well, hopefully everybody at home had a great time with the Eat This, Not That. And you can find out a lot more from Dr. Anna Maria Temple on her Instagram page. I love it because the tips are very tangible, things that you can do and act on like right there in the moment. So thank you so much. And if you did enjoy this, make sure you subscribe so you get notified when we release our next video.